Good morning. I'm Joe Brusuelas, Senior Economist at Bloomberg LP, with your Bloomberg Economic Brief Morning Cup of Joe. Okay, so we've got quite a bit going on in the U.S. economy today. At 8:30 this morning, we're going to get the March durable goods report. I do expect to see durable goods fall somewhere near the 1.7% Bloomberg economic consensus. Now, that's going to be directly linked to a slowing of orders at Boeing. Civilian aircraft orders remain stout, and we did see a modest decline in the pace of orders this month, so we'll see that in the headline. But once you exclude transportation, new orders remain somewhat solid. I expect to see a 0.5% to 1% increase in orders excluding transportation. That bodes well for Q1 GDP, which we're going to get the first look at on Friday. Right now, the Bloomberg consensus does expect a 2.5% increase in overall economic activity through the first quarter of 2001. Now, the big event today is the FOMC policy communique out at 12:30, along with the updated economic projections by the Fed, followed by Ben Bernanke's presser sometime after 2 p.m. this afternoon. Now, I do not expect the Federal Reserve to extend its Operation Twist program upon its completion in June 2012, nor do I expect the Fed to go out of its way to signal any intention of restarting its large-scale asset purchase program. Now, we want to be clear here. We want to put some context around that. While the lack of any additional steps to suppress yield at the long end of the curve is a sign of confidence in the nascent economic expansion, it's entirely premature to assume that policymakers are ready to move back to a Treasury-only balance sheet that prevailed prior to the onset of the credit easing policies the Fed put in place in 2008. Now, in today's Bloomberg Economic Brief, I do take a look at this meeting and what's going on inside monetary policy. I think the important thing here is that the Fed right now is having an internal debate over rules versus discretion. My preferred rule, the Rudabush rule, which is a Taylor-like rule, tells me that no additional purchases are necessary to optimize policy at this time, but due to structural headwinds, it's better that the Fed remain on hold probably through the end of 2014. I'm Joe Brusuelas, and that's been your Bloomberg Economic Brief Morning Cup of Joe.